Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 with Zebu Nation. Now, before we get started with today's unboxing video, I thought I'd show you my Warhammer game table here. It's all set up for a recent mission that I just went on. As you can see here, got a bunch of different scenery. I've got my table set up, and the way this mission went was the map was set up into 4 different zones. As you can see here, we have like a forest zone, we have the destroyed city zone, we have the Munitorum zone here, and then we have sort of like a military zone right here that you can't quite see very much of. But anyway, it's a very cool mission that I went on, sort of a home-brewed attack and defense mission where the attackers started here in the forest section with half their troops, and then they had the other half in reserve, and then the defenders had to start along those 2 borders there, and they had to have some troops in each of the 3 sections that they bordered, and then they were trying to score objectives in each zone, and they got a certain number of points for the objectives. It was a very fun, very cool mission that I went on, and I have to put all this away now so I can do my unboxing video. So anyway, we're gonna cut it here, clean all this up, and then get to today's unboxing video. Okay, we're back. We have the table all cleared off now, and we have our unboxing video ready to go. And as you can see here, it's a little bit of a newer product than what we've had recently. This is the brand new Battleforce Space Marines, the Primaris Interdiction Force. This one just came out late December, so it's not too long ago since it came out. Just got it in the mail from online merchant. It was $144, and that's a pretty good price. You know, on the Games Workshop website itself, it's selling for $170. I saw it in store, my local hobby shop, for $150. So $144 is pretty good. What you get here, obviously you can see it is the Space Marines. This is more of their mobile force, where you have some Reavers, you have some Inceptors, and you have a Grav tank, and of course the Primaris Marines there. You also get a captain. Spin it around, take a look at the back, and you can see everything you get here. The repulsor tank, intercessors, as I mentioned, the Inceptors. There's something that I missed? No, I think I just forgot to name the intercessors. But there we go. Let's take a look. Let's open this up and see what we get inside. Might have to switch to the other camera real quickly to get a closer look at it. Oh wait, before we do that, you might be wondering what I'm going to do with this. Well, of course I'm going to make a Space Marine army with it, and I've got some little helpers here with me to make that a reality. We have the Primaris Apothecary, we have the Primaris Librarian, also have the Primaris Chaplain, so we can have, you know, an army with all the helpers that we need, all the support characters. If you're wondering what chapter it's going to be, well, of course, Ultramarines. I'm going to go with the Ultramarines. First of all, I like their stratagems. They're pretty good, especially when it comes to using the Marines themselves, and not necessarily vehicles or flyers or anything like that, but using the actual Marines. The Ultramarines have some good stratagems. But also, I didn't want to have to buy a whole new codex. You know, I was looking at maybe Space Wolves or Blood Angels or something like that, but then I have to go out and buy another codex. I already have the Space Marine codex, so I figured that's what I would go with. Now, we're not going to unbox these today because, you know, it's just unboxing a couple of sprues, and you probably know what's in there. But we're going to switch cameras and focus in on what we get here in the Battleforce. Okay, we're back, ready for this unboxing now. We got our close-up camera going on. Let's go, let's get into this. Hopefully you can tell the difference. I do have a new microphone, so this audio should sound better as we slide this out. There we go. Put the box over there so we can see it. All right, Lots and lots of sprues, as you can see here. Just a ton of gray plastic. But here we go. And first we have the inceptors. And as you can see here, the thing about these sprues and the great thing about this box is that these aren't the easy build. These aren't the press fit. These are the full build of the model. So you get all the options, right? You get the assault bolter, you get the plasma incinerators, you get all the options for these models. So that is outstanding. You can build your inceptors either way that you want. And the same thing with the intercessors, the Primaris Marines. You can see here on the bolt rifles, they have these little slots here, and that's so that you can fit in all of the different options. So you got 3 different options here with the bolt rifles. You can have the big drum magazine, that's for the assault bolter. You can have sort of the curved magazine, that's for just your standard bolt rifle. And then you can have the straight magazine here, and that's so you can build the stalker pattern bolt rifle. And each of them have, of course, different stats and different abilities, so you got to look those up in the book, but they've got all the options here. That's outstanding. They've got some interesting other bits on these sprues. You know, you've got some different kinds of shoulder pauldrons, some with little spikes, some with skulls, crosses, you know, all kinds of different options, because as I said, these are the full build kits, so you get all the options. Training wheels are off, no more easy build stuff. We're getting into it now. You get 2 sprues of the intercessors. Then we have here next is the Reavers, and the Reavers are the same way. You get the different rifles and pistols that they have, the assault carbines, I think is what these are here, and then your standard bolt pistols, and also the heavy bolt pistols down here. I think those do like an extra AP or something like that. I forget the exact stat line, but they have different stat lines and abilities. You also have some options for grapple guns. You can have your guys hold the grapple guns, even one here that has the grapple line shooting out of it. I mean, that's pretty cool. But I would hate to have to store that model. You know, it would just be too tall. It wouldn't fit in any box. So I don't know, maybe you could magnetize that arm or something. That would be okay. And then, of course, all the combat knives here, just tons and tons of combat knives. So there we go. We get 2 sprues of the Reavers. And then next, of course, you get the repulsor tank. And the repulsor tank comes with all the options too. It's got... Let's see, what do we have here? We've got different kinds of missile pods, heavy stubbers, las guns, mega bolters, you know, all kinds of stuff that you can fit on here. Not mega bolters, onslaught Gatling cannons. We got a couple of different kinds of those. So you've got a few different weapon options for the repulsor too. So that's outstanding. And here we have 2 more sprues. Here's sort of the undercarriage. Fine, not too exciting, just a mass of gray plastic. And then here's sort of the armor up top and some of the other little bits, the exhaust pipes and whatnot. Just, you know, all the extra little things that make this such an awesome model. You know, it's such a detailed, cool model for a vehicle. You know, a lot of the early vehicles that I've seen from 40K, they just look like little bland boxes, you know, like the old Rhino model. It's just a bland little box, but this is actually pretty cool. Let's see what else we got in here. Of course, we have the bases and all that. You got the big base for the repulsor, and the repulsor needs a base because it is the grav tank. You know, it floats on gravity waves, so you need, like, I don't know if you put this on there and it sort of floats, but I don't know, somehow it floats above the ground, so you need that base. And then here is our Primaris captain. Got his big flowing cape and everything, and he's got a few different options. He can have the stalker bolt rifle, or he can also have the assault bolter as well. He can also have the power sword, so you can build him, you know, a couple of different ways. He's got a couple of different helmet options too. You can have the big horsehair brush to indicate his rank up top if you want. that's how you want to build him. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's always good to get a cool little bonus character model. And then, of course, we have all of the build booklets. Here's the Primaris Captain booklet, shows you how to build him easy. Same thing with the Reavers. Got the Reaver book. Got the Primaris Intercessors. It's interesting, they have the transparent stickers, so that, you know, it actually shows you how and where to put those stickers. If you're building Ultramarines like I am, you know, this is a handy guide. And that's another reason why I wanted to build an Ultramarine force. It's just the Ultramarines get so much support from Games Workshop that it's kind of hard not to build an Ultramarines force, honestly. You could build one by accident with all the products that they put out. There's the Inceptors. You can build them with the Assault Bolters or with the Plasma Exterminators. I didn't know they were called Plasma Exterminators. But anyway, I thought they were called Plasma Incinerators, but I guess that's something completely different. I don't know how I could possibly confuse those. But anyway, there you go. And here are the transparency stickers. Get a couple of sheets of them. And then a small one for the captain as well. And then finally the big Primaris repulsor tank. Shows you how to put that together. This will probably be very necessary because of all the tiny little details. I mean, look at this. This is like page upon page of how to put this thing together. And then if you forget the stat lines, they've got the stat lines in here as well. So there we go. There is the whole box. Now, the one thing I'm disappointed about is that there's no sort of story in here like there would be with the Kill Team box. Now, I know that's not what this is for. This is for like building your own army and making up your own story. But I do really like those little booklets that come with Kill Team that give you an idea of the characters and the missions and all that kind of stuff. So I'm a little disappointed with that. We'll leave you here with some artwork in the box of the repulsor tank. But yeah, overall, I'm excited about this box. I think it's a pretty decent value for what I paid for it. And if you think about it, like each of these models, or each of these sets of models, because they're the full set, they're about like $45 or $50 a piece. So if you add them all up, I think that comes out to pretty good value. So this is definitely a box. If you want to start a Primaris army, this is a good one. Now there is another Primaris box. I'm not going to buy that one, but that one comes with a Redemptor Dreadnought and a few different mixtures of troops. So if you bought both of those boxes, you would have, you know, an army for sure. But they've also got some for the Death Guard and a few other factions. I think they have one for the Eldari and another one. I don't remember, not orcs, but anyway, they do have a few of these Battle Force box available, but we're focusing on this one because this is the army I'm building. Anyway, I'm rattling now, so we're going to end it here. Got a few more unboxings to go, so hopefully this one recorded well and we can get this done and over with. Anyway, till next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.